Assalamu alaikum, everyone! After a brief hiatus, the Circassian community is back with a new video. This one celebrates the day of the Circassian flag, and I would like to extend my congratulations to all of you on this occasion. In this video, we will explore the history of the Circassian flag and a particular myth associated with it. Can you guess which myth is that? Yes, it's the one fervently promoted by some keyboard warriors and provocateurs about David Urquhart being the purported creator of the Circassian flag. Let's dive in. Undoubtedly, the Circassian flag stands as a profound emblem of unity and the aspiration for freedom among the Circassians. Forged in the crucible of a bloody conflict, it symbolizes the hopes of the Circassians who yearned for positive change. This flag emerged from the brutal expansion of the Russian Empire into the Caucasus, as well as from the unified efforts of the Circassians in opposing their common adversary. All Circassian subethnic groups that had not yet been decimated by the Russian Empire at that time rallied under this flag to resist the occupation. What does this flag mean? What are the meanings behind those stars and arrows? Well, to begin with, the flag features 12 golden stars and 3 golden arrows on an emerald green canvas. According to one interpretation, the 12 golden stars represent the 12 Circassian subethnic groups. Another interpretation suggests that the stars symbolize 12 provinces. This is because there were more than 12 subethnic groups in Circassia, and during the war, the British asked the Circassians to divide the country into 12 provinces, which subsequently became represented by the stars on the flag. Though it remains accurate to consider both interpretations of the flag symbolism, as the 12 subethnic groups likely served as prototypes for the 12 provinces. If you wonder why exactly 12, it's probably because, at the time, only 12 subethnic groups with their own lands remained independent. Unfortunately, the others were massacred by occupiers during the war. Those who survived were absorbed by the stronger, more numerous Circassian ethnic groups. If more than 12 subethnic groups had remained, there would likely have been more provinces and, consequently, more stars on the flag. However, we have what we have. These 12 subethnic groups were the Adyges, Beslanais, Psadugs, Jani, Kabardes Kabardians, Mamkhigs, Makashas, Nitakai, Temergoys, Ubiks, Kadake, and Shapsugs. According to one interpretation, the 3 crossed arrows on the flag symbolize the 3 main Circassian princely families. Another interpretation suggests that these arrows represent unity and peace. Traditionally, elite Circassian warriors carried 3 arrows in their quivers. Arrows pointed upward indicated peace, while crossed arrows signified unity. This symbolism is rooted in the legacy of Tlepsh, a hero from the Nart epic and the patron of blacksmithing. The green color of the flag represents nature and Islam. The golden color symbolizes a bright future in peace and a bountiful harvest, particularly of wheat. But what about the author of the flag? According to one version, the Circassian flag was crafted in Great Britain and brought to Western Circassia in 1834 by David Urquhart, a Scottish diplomat and writer who served as the secretary of the British Embassy in Istanbul. His mission was to support the Highlanders and counter Russian imperial authority. Oh yes, this topic has generated considerable controversy. Much dust was risen around it, and there are numerous detractors who attempt to tarnish the reputation of Circassians and our flag. However, fortunately for us and unfortunately for them, these attempts are futile. The claim that Urquhart created the flag is baseless and has no connection to reality. Now, let me explain the facts. There is no verifiable evidence or credible sources that support the claim that David Urquhart was the creator of the Circassian flag. The only source of this information was David Urquhart himself, suggesting that he may have simply claimed authorship of the flag without any factual basis. Let's now explain why it's evident that he is not the author of the flag. 1. The Circassian flag does not conform to the traditions of European heraldry and vexillology. Therefore, if the concept of the flag had been invented by a Briton from the 19th century, it would certainly have included the attributes and symbols of European heraldry. 2. Long before the creation of the all-Circassian flag, the flag of United Kabarda existed, which is actually the prototype for the modern all-Adyghe flag. Each symbol in the flag of United Kabarda colors, arrows, and stars carries specific meanings. The 3 stars symbolize the 3 main ruling clans of Kabarda, and the 2 arrows represent the unity of Greater and Lesser Kabarda. There is even a similarity between the Circassian flag and the coat of arms of Kabarda from the 17th century. Observe the 2 crossed arrows and 3 stars for yourself. How can any reasonable person dispute this? 3. The Briton Edmund Spenser visited Circassia in 1837, precisely when the Circassian flag was brought to the Caucasus and unfurled for the first time. In his descriptions, Edmund Spenser did not mention the author of this sacred symbol, his fellow countryman David Urquhart, whom he would have likely mentioned if Urquhart had indeed been the real author. Isn't that strange? At the same time, Spenser reports that the flag was created by the hands of a Circassian princess who was highly influential in Turkey. This is understandable and symbolic, considering the Circassian tradition of women sewing the flags of clans or subethnic groups. The claim that David Urquhart was the author of the Circassian flag is also officially refuted by his colleagues at the British Embassy. An incident from the Anglo-Russian dispute involving the schooner Vixen 1836 to 1837 noted, "I recently learned that Mr. Urquhart went so far as to invent, with great exultation, a kind of national flag for the Circassians, and boasted about it so openly that the port was forced to inquire with the dragoman of the British Embassy. The latter, having consulted with the ambassador, dismissed it as merely a humorous boast, clearly indicating that his superior did not approve of the secretary's conduct and habits." Source: Red Archive. No. 5102, 1940. The true origin of the flag still remains uncertain, but there are a couple of prevailing theories. The first, according to the book by the British traveller Edmund Spenser, Travel to Circassia, Crimea, Tartaria, published in London in 1838, suggests that the flag was crafted by a high-ranking Circassian woman in Turkey and subsequently brought to Circassia. The second theory, provided by journalist Dina Kushtova of the Circassian Keku newspaper to the correspondent of Caucasian Knot, posits that the design of the flag was proposed by the Circassian prince Seferbiy. It is also believed that this flag was first brought to the Sharagesh Valley area, modern Sochi, by the British agent James S. Bell around 1837 to 1840. Now let's talk about those who returned our flag to the homeland. After the Caucasian War, the Circassian flag was banned. More than a century after the war ended, the flag was thought to have been lost. However, it was rediscovered in the book by the English traveller Edmund Spenser, Travel to Circassia, Crimea, Tartaria. Nortson of Ibrahim, a devoted son of the Circassian nation, played a crucial role in this revival. In 1989, the History Department of kfar-kama began searching for information about the nearly forgotten Adyghe flag. These efforts led Ibrahim to the Institute of Humanitarian Research, where he accessed the works of foreign travelers that were not available to the public. In one of these books, Ibrahim found a drawing of a green Adyghe cloth, which he promptly had local craftsmen reproduce. Tragically, Ibrahim Norzanov died on August 25, 1992, at the age of 26, during the Battle of Mamzishka, fighting for Abkhazia. One of the key figures in the revival of our flag was Askar Gadagadal, a writer and scientist who brought Edmund Spenser's book, Travels to Circassia, published in London in 1837, to Adygea in the 1970s. He was aware of the risks involved and knew it could potentially end his career. Another one was Adam Hwad, a noble, courageous, and athletic man born into a Adyghe family. It was Hwad who first brought the Circassian flag to the cause meeting in Koshikabal Adygea in the early 1990s, and Aslan Panish, who funded the first translation of Spenser's book. Each of these personalities deserves recognition for their contributions. It's important to remember them and many others, as without their efforts, we would not be celebrating this day. That concludes today's video. Thank you to everyone who watched until the end. Please don't forget to like and leave a comment. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. Wishing everyone good luck. 1-1. Good luck. 1-1.